everybody's on? Sorry, that's a
On the
Persona 5
Owlbear.
reference. I'm sorry.
Oh.
There's a character named On. I was making a bad joke. I'm sorry.
No need to apologize.
Yes, need to apologize.
Are ready to go?
We are ready.
Okay, cool. All right, everybody, welcome back to Heroes of Nessis. We're on session 15 now. Wow. All right. So last week on session 14, we started up again at the Blackbird Brothel. Maxim had been enjoying a hearty fade to black with Nin. Quadri was catching up with his girlfriend Samara. Nia had just gotten into a duel of words with the madam, with whom she was familiar. And so at this time, Maxim finished his time with Nin and wanted to make sure she was okay before he left. And so downstairs, Samara and Quadri were having a sort of awkward first date, while Nia was passed out next to them. She had taken a very strong drink. So Maxim woke Nia and began getting her to her feet as she ranted about wanting to learn and practice magic. And surprisingly, with a good roll, they were not overheard by anyone consequential in uttering that. So Quadri tried to explain his sort of different pilot, same body situation to Samara again, and he also explained his current dangerous assignment to her, but she stubbornly insisted that she is not going to give up on him. So as that was happening, Maxim took Nia back to the Tipsy Duck, where they began to practice magic. Nia explained that she can't always do what she wants to do, while attacking a chair and turning herself invisible momentarily. After being a shoulder to cry on, Maxim put Nia to bed. And so back with Quadri, he left the brothel to head to the fighting pit at the Rusty Anchor. With a stellar roll of an unnatural 0, he became lost. But not only that, behind him he heard the voice of the haughty man from the prison, and he was holding Samara captive. The man threatened to kill Samara if Quadri did not stop helping the goddess Fina, and with some threats and bluffing on both sides, the haughty man disappeared, leaving the couple along the empty street. And before the two parted, Quadri specifically told Samara to tell Nia and Maxim what had happened, and if either of them, quote, know that blonde guy. And with that said, Quadri did eventually find his way to the Rusty Anchor, where he witnessed a fight between a werewolf in hybrid form and another wolf in full form. As Quadri asked how he might sign up for the night, the orc woman at the counter told him it was wrapping up for the night and that he'd have to come back tomorrow. So Quadri rented a dingy room to stay in as he chatted with Lucia at the bar. And so that brings us to where we are today. So unless any of you have done something of note or otherwise divided the party further during the night, feel free to intervene and tell me
you
so.
mention it.
But you have all had go ahead. Otherwise, you've all
roll
had a
that
long
wild
rest
magic table.
in your respective lodgings. Say what?
Did someone cast a spell and need to roll that wild magic table?
Actually, I feel like
say, Siler?
he's asking whether somebody needs to roll on the wild magic table to see what happens.
Ah.
Don't think specifically.
You need me to roll
think I did.
something?
I did for a bit. I went invisible. I went poof, and then now I'm back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do we need to roll for the night to see if
I don't think so, because I haven't
anything
cast
happened?
anything yet.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I just saw that for for the aesthetic. I'm putting 2 more that I think would go with that one.
Fair enough.
Oh, heck yeah.
Ooh.
But, yeah. So, did any of you want to do a last minute thing, a shenanigan during the night?
A shenanigan? Only one?
We move on to the next morning.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
Shenaniganed out for the now. For now.
All right.
Actually, I think I might be curious because Maxim put in like got her ready and like put her to bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm.
Yep.
I think he's a little curious, and I think he's definitely the type of person to get tempted by curiosity. I think he's going to, before he goes, he's going to cast Detect Thoughts to see if there's anything, what might be going through Nin's head as she's drifting off to sleep.
Detect thoughts.
Oh.
THOTS. I'm kidding.
Is she dreaming right now?
I don't know.
Let me roll. Let me see if she's even dreaming or if it's just blackout, knockout. Hold on.
Out cold.
Ooh. So yeah, she is dreaming. So would you get like an image of it, or how would this work? Are you watching her dream?
And is he probing? Like, is it just surface thoughts he's grabbing for, or is he probing deep?
I'd imagine starting with surface thoughts. I guess that's another question. I don't know if he would need a roll to figure this out, but like, would probing deeper while the target is dreaming still let them know that he's probing deeper? Like when they wake up? Would it cause them to wake up? I don't know. Maybe I need a roll for that.
I wouldn't think so if they're unconscious and dreaming. You're not always like fully in control as you're asleep and dreaming. Kind of my thoughts on that.
I guess for simplicity's sake, if it's fine with everybody, I'm just gonna like immediately probe deeper, just so I don't have to describe it twice.
Okay. So then in her dreams, you are seeing her kind of, I guess, through Mia's perspective. She is on a battlefield, and it is chaotic, and it is crazy and wild, and there are people around her, and I think one of the things you can primarily see is that most of these people that are fighting alongside her are women. And there's this sense of fear and hesitation as she keeps trying to fight, but none of her spells seem to be doing what she wants them to do.
Interesting. Maxim, I think we'll pause for a moment. At the door, kind of seeing this all go on in her mind. I think he's gonna pause for a moment. And then I have a thing that I'm not sure how you would want to rule, Heidi. But, and I know this sounds bad, but I would like to try and cast Bestow Curse on Nin.
What?
On Nia?
Yeah, I'm sorry, not Nin.
Okay.
Nia. I'm sorry.
How do you want to? Yeah. Sorry, we have Via, Nia, and Nin.
Yeah. I would like to, because it once again it has like a couple of listed effects, and then it like leaves it open to more thematic effect, like open-ended onto what other effects there could be. I
Okay.
would like to make it so that she does not dream when she sleeps. The old end goal is that I'm trying to make this more restful for her, so it's not like cursing her. It's like, I hate you. But like basically I want
Okay.
to kind of give her the effect of not being able to dream, at least for a little bit of the night. Because I don't know how long that's going to last in the grand scheme of things.
All right.
Do you
Well,
think
you
that's
can certainly
fair? Or...
try.
I can try. Do I need a roll or something? Or
I mean,
Yeah.
isn't it only for like a minute that the spell lasts?
probably. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe just to like
Maybe enough
stop
to
her
lull her
dream.
back to a better
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose.
End goal is like I just wanted her to like I'm just trying to
roll me.
use magic to make her sleep better.
Yeah, I suppose roll me an Arcana check.
Arcana, you say?
That seem fair?
Do I not have proficiency in Arcana? Huh.
Wow.
Interesting.
This is
I mean, I
the
have
first time
Jack
I've
of all
ever seen
trades.
You have not like you don't have proficiency in Arcana.
Cypress.
Oh, that's true.
Come on, that's an easy
That's
one.
true.
And Elgin, I think, as well. Oh no.
Oh no.
Natural 1.
Oh no.
5 total.
Does it make it worse?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm gonna say yes. Nia, as Maxim tries to do this thing with noble intentions,
Does
the
it turn
road to hell
wild?
is paved with good intentions.
Can it turn wild?
And the dream only intensifies
Oh no.
as you continue to see the battle and you hear this almost sonic boom that you saw on that final battle. And everything just becomes all the more visceral and
Sorry.
violent and loud.
I don't know if because casting that would end the detect thoughts, and I
Yes,
don't know
you
if he'd have
don't.
any way of knowing this. So unless he casted detect thoughts again, I think he's just gonna like assume that it worked
So
fine.
we did a good job.
Like hopefully that'll help.
No.
Oops.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. You know,
Am
maybe
I
in
able
retrospect
to
I shouldn't use
roll to
curses.
try to wake up? Or am I just knocked out?
Sure. Let me see. What type of roll should you do here to try to see if you? I mean,
I was gonna slink off to my room at this
a
point.
Constitution check. See if you can wake. Are you trying to wake?
What I'm trying to do.
Bro, what the hell?
Because I still don't. I think
Yeah.
with the intensity behind it, I wouldn't know I'm dreaming. But I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
just the intensity of everything, if I would just wake up.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and roll a Constitution check. See if you manage to wake yourself
a 3.
Oh no.
Oh, honey, you are stuck
Yeah.
in this. It's almost as if you're getting sucked closer to the scene. You were a distance away, but you still saw it.
no.
It's as if you're getting closer and closer
Yeah.
as this bright red light is just sort of
no.
burning in your eyes. And
Like
you
sleep
hear
paralysis.
a haughty voice. It almost seems there's a whisper of a male laughter on the air as again the light just bursts.
I think Nia is definitely like whimpering, and there's probably some tears that are coming out as she sleeps.
Would Maxim notice this before he slinks off, or does he just like, well, job well done?
It depends on how quickly
you
you think you left. Do you think you left immediately, or do you think you waited a second to
I'd say like maybe a second or
see if
two.
it worked?
I actually no. I think he probably would be
Okay.
curious enough to like did this actually work? Because I think that this is
Okay.
probably something I used and tried before and is experimenting with. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, yeah, then you see that that Nia does seem rather adversely affected at this point.
like he will end that curse effect, though
Mm-hmm.
it only lasts like a minute. I don't know if this would do any good, but just I feel like I should do something to try and help. I'm just gonna
Are you gonna try
cast.
to
You've done
wake
enough.
her?
You've done enough.
I'm just gonna cast Healing Word over her head, and hopefully, with the intent of trying to, ease some more mental pain.
No, she's secretly undead. It's gonna hurt her.
Oh
I mean, actually, she might be. I don't know.
That worked that way?
no! Not really.
That
thought that
is,
was-
yeah, not really, but
Yeah.
it's kind of up to interpretation how healing works in general.
Mm. There's the spell specifically
I think
for
it is, and
calming
that was like
someone,
one
right?
that I was debating.
Yeah.
Like calm nerves.
Calm
Calm
emotions, yeah.
emotions.
That was definitely one that I was like
Yeah.
debating on
So
whether
I think
might
since this
take.
one is specifically seems more like for physical healing, I don't know if this spell would be the right one for this situation.
Maxim once again thinks he's done such a great job.
more like I'm feel like more flavorful. Like I'm just like I think that Maxim's sort of healing would be like a warm, sort of like soothing sort of feelings. So I think that's why he's casting this more so than like the healing effect. It's more just like soothing the
Mhm.
body. Hopefully the mind is helped. But yeah, if there's like no actual benefit, that's also fair.
Yeah. So you're trying, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Yeah, I think at this point he just like leaves and like I've done too much at this point. I've done enough, too much.
Okay.
Some might say I'm just gonna go.
Yep. Okay.
I'd say quit while I'm ahead, but I don't know if this would qualify as a
Very
head.
So, is there anything else any of you would like to try during the night?
I'm gonna try casting Dissonant Whispers on. No, I'm kidding. You know, that good fun
Anyone?
spell.
A restful sleep, please. I'd like to try that.
Yes.
I want to just
we
ruin
can
her
get to
sleep.
the long rest. All right. Well, going once, twice,
I think we're good.
thrice. Okay. All right. So you guys each get a long rest. Congratulations. And in your respective lodgings, a new day is dawning. The birds are chirping, such as they are. There's the sound of carts and people ambling across the cobbles outside. There's the shuffle of people in the hallways as they move about, preparing breakfast or leaving or coming or going. There's just the general bustle that all of you should be familiar with at this point. And Maxim, at your window, there is a very insistent chirping sound.
I think he kind of stirs and kind of looks over, probably maybe turns over a bit. It's like, ugh, okay, gotta deal with this now. And he'll kind of get up and check the window. Groggily,
Yeah.
I would assume. I don't know how early it is.
So at the window, there is a little orange bird that just kind of seems to be throwing itself against the window, trying to get your attention. And in its little talons, it's holding a scroll.
He is interested and will kind of take the, if it allows, take the scroll
Mhm.
and
The bird,
investigate.
he'll just open his little
Do I-
beak and just be like, "Oh my, by the gods, just open the window!"
What do I recognize? Is the voice?
You do not recognize the
I
voice.
I think I realize what this is now. But yeah, he will open the window and take the documents. It's like, I assume this is the return of what was sent out yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. If you could express my gratitude, that would be very grateful.
Of course, just taking those heavy things off my talons is thanks enough. I trust you'll use them well.
I will certainly try. Yes, if he could, yes, relay the information that these documents are now out of date, that would be good to any other field operatives that might be out there. I'm not certain.
Information has been received, and it is duly noted, good sir.
Thank you.
Now, I'm sure you've things to be doing. Do it, and good luck. And this little bird will just flap its wings and take off into the morning sunshine.
All right. Kind of waves the bird off, like, bye.
Mm-hmm.
Like, good, proper waving it off, not like annoyed waving off. Just kind of look at the papers in his hands, and does it look proper, like the documents I saw the other night with the other mage?
The other mage, if you recall, he did not show you his documents personally.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
But as far as you can tell, these are now accurate.
All right. I'm just realizing I may have said like a different color to throw me off. I'm not sure though. But I guess we'll find out.
Yep.
But yeah, he will kind of
So
get ready for the
in the
day.
morning, you can go to try find. Yeah.
Y'all, I don't know if the others are up,
Yep.
but he will go and get some breakfast, I think.
Yeah. What are you guys up to in your respective ends of the city?
Crying. Definitely crying.
Yeah, that tracks.
Oh, poor girl.
No, I think Nia does wake up probably later than normal, and looks very haggard.
Sweet dreams?
No, I had the most bizarre dream. I just would rather not talk about it.
Fair enough, I suppose. Yeah, I think he considers mentioning what had happened last night, but I think he decides against it.
Coward.
I mean, what would you have him say? Oh, hey, I looked into your mind and found out you were dreaming, so I cursed you to not dream at all, but that just ended up making things worse? Is that what you wanted to say?
I don't even know how she would react to that. Just
yeah, I think I will not say that because I don't want to sound like any more of a crazy person.
The other one, Condry, did he ever come back?
I don't believe so. He said he was going to the Tipsy Duck, right? Maybe we should look for him
You're
there.
in the Tipsy Duck.
Oh wait, no, it was not the Tipsy Duck. It was the other one, the
The
bad
Rusty Anchor.
Rusty Anchor. That's right.
I should have just called it the Salty Spittoon.
That would have been funny.
You don't think he got in trouble or anything last night, do you?
Knowing him, I wouldn't put it past him, but I'm not certain. Do you think he did?
I don't know him as well as you do, but
I knew him for half a day longer than you did.
my point still stands.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Should we go check?
Might be for the best. If nothing else, we can see if he is alright. If not, then our mission would already be compromised before it is even begun, potentially, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Alternatively, we could do some reconnaissance to start our investigation, but I suppose it probably would be best to just find out and make sure he is all right.
Well, I think we should go check up on him first.
I
And
think
then,
that probably would be best.
yeah, do you know where this other place is?
Believe he had the directions for it. That he did actually know roughly where that was.
You know, that you know where most places are in the city.
Yeah. So yes, I do know.
Okay, then I guess after breakfast, lead the way.
Like a plan. What should we purchase for breakfast? Or what would we need to pay for breakfast, I'd say. But I mean,
Breakfast is included if you choose to
nice.
partake. There's
Or we shall
everything
take.
from muffins to toast to bacon to porridge, whatever you could probably want. It's like the really good hotel.
Bed and
free
breakfast. Breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Nice.
Yep.
Sounds wonderful.
Then yeah, we'll start munching away at some
Whatever you
toast.
would like to eat, you can eat. Be
think I will-
downstairs. Yep.
Oop.
So as you guys are munching away at your breakfast, someone will walk through the door. Someone that you probably saw the night before.
Hmm?
Samara.
Oh, it is.
Well, I guess
Did we learn her name? I don't know if we learned her name.
hmm Yeah, I don't think you learned her name, but you at least would have seen her with Quadri.
Would I have seen her before
Yeah,
or after my
She
shot?
walks
I
in,
don't
it looks like
remember
she's
anymore.
I think that was after the shot.
Then,
I
yeah, it's
think.
fuzzy.
I'm not sure.
Let's see. I think according to the events that were going down, I think you would have seen them interacting, and then because Samara was talking to the madam, then she parted from the madam, and everyone sort of watched Samara and Quadri having their moment, and then the madam turned to you. So you would have at least seen her, I think.
Ah, okay.
But you guys can roll history checks to see if you remember her or how well you're.
A history check?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
I know that's your specialty.
It is my
I'm not rolling
speciality.
well today. That was a 9.
25.
9? Okay. 25. All right. So Maxim, as soon as this woman walks through the door, you recognize her from the Blackbird brothel. And Nia, it's early in the morning. You've got your own troubles on your mind. You think maybe you've seen someone who looks vaguely like her, kind of has horns, a slight purplish tone. Oh wait, he's sitting across from you. You've seen someone who looks like her before, maybe kind of, sort of. You're not quite sure, but Maxim, you're absolutely sure as Samara walks through the door. And it's as if she's looking for something or someone. As soon as she spots you two, she makes a beeline right for your table.
Maxim
Are you
will
doing anything?
actually not perk up, I think. He's gonna play it cool. But kind of like, I think he will wave her down, like, come on and sit over here.
Good morning.
Hi.
See,
He says,
you are Quadri's companions, right?
yeah, we were actually just wondering what had happened with him. We have not seen him tonight or last night, so is he all right?
Last I
Did you
saw
see
him,
him?
he was fine, and he can take care of himself. But he's at the Rusty Anchor right now. He wanted to get in on the fight, but they were done for the night. So
Maxim just kind of
he
like
has to
looks
wait until
over it.
tonight if he wants to fight in the ring.
Maxim just looks over at Nia like, yep, we called it.
Nia nods.
And
You just coming over for some
well,
pleasantries, or?
well, no, I came here for a purpose, actually. Quadri, he mentioned a mission that he's on, a mission that all of you seem to be on, and I was curious about it. I was wondering if you could tell me where the base is.
That is highly suspicious, admittedly. Like, I like you. I haven't known you very long, but just coming directly in and asking where things are is pretty suspicious. So,
Just want to know where he's been all these months. Apparently that's where he's been holed up, but I didn't get the chance to ask him where it is.
I'd like to make an insight check. Because
Go for it.
she's kind of acting pretty suspicious and like asking directly about this base, and I am not very sure about this. The nat one earlier has been rectified. Natural 20 plus 5, 25.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is the... okay. Alright, so you can definitely tell...
I think I have a theory on
as
what's
she's
going
asking,
on, but
she seems... Yeah, we'll have your theory in just a second, but I'll tell you what she's looking like at the moment. Right now, she seems very eager to hear your answer. Her eyes are like dead set on you, Maxim, and in her asking, it's, how to describe it? It's it seems a little impatient even the way she folds her hands. Her nails seem to kind of be digging into her hands. There's just an over eagerness to it that's somewhat unsettling. What's your theory?
I don't think this is her at all. I think this is
Oh?
someone in disguise.
Also, I sent her to you guys last night. Why is she only talking to you now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She definitely got picked up like right after she left. It's like, oh well, he sent her away on her own. Nab. I think that this is the haughty man in disguise. Is my theory.
Also, there is such a thing as
you?
dominate person.
What was that, Siler?
As what?
I gotta imagine someone like you knows about dominate person.
That too, as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's a number of things that could be going on here.
If anyone's gonna know that spell, it's gonna be the blonde dude.
Mm-hmm.
Instant perfect mind control. That's like probably one of his favorites.
I think I'll wait a little bit, like in the conversation, like it's gonna be like a beat or two, though I don't know. I just want to go ahead with it. But I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts, only reading surface level thoughts for the moment of this individual in front of me. Try and see what's going on.
Okay. Okay, let me think what thoughts you'd be getting here. Let's see. I think the thoughts you would be getting would be sweet, be calm, be earnest, be just kind of hearing this sort of coaching
In her own mind.
Tone over and over. It's not necessarily in her mind, but it's not in her voice that you'd be hearing these words.
Not in her voice?
Not in her voice.
Interesting. Do I recognize the voice that it's in?
Roll me a history check.
Oh boy. Let me get that again because it's fucked. With my bonus, that is 23. I know, worse than before.
Okay, why do I even bother?
I'm sorry.
You definitely recognize the voice of the haughty man. That is the voice that you hear in her head.
Oh man. That has been confirmed that there is definitely something up with her, but now I'm just, what do we do now? I'm gonna look over to Nia, like see if she like realizes it all.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Samara will turn over to you, Nia. The base that you all came from. That's where Quadri's been these past months. I'd like to know where he's been. About the base?
Oh, I don't even know where he's been. I only met him yesterday.
Well, he's been missing. I assume that all of you came from somewhere.
I didn't.
Nia will nod her head.
Please, there are friends that I would like to get away from here.
Oh, are you in
There must be some place that's safe for them.
Oh.
Well, I know some people who are.
You are
Oh, I know the perfect place for you.
cultivate. I'm gonna shoot a glare over to Nia, both to try and like, what are you doing, as well as like a glare of warning. I don't know if she picks up on that. I'm looking to see if she picks up on that though. Do I need to
She
roll something? Do you need to
does.
roll?
But she just looks
Um,
confused as to why you're trying to stop her. If you need help, I know the place that helped me out a lot. I mean, I can give you
I
directions there. And she's gonna start describing Lord Lashwin's manor.
I'm gonna begin
okay.
before she begins. I'm going to I would like to say like butt in like the these friends of yours that you have, may I ask the nature of their predicament?
Well, and she'll go into this hushed whisper, enemies of Elamon.
There's a little bit of
Decent people, and
sorry.
I want them to be safe. I'm sure you
There's
all understand.
in Maxim's mind, uh he does not like he's not like revealing this through his expressions, or he's not like doing this out loud, but he's like almost like giving a little bit of a chuckle inside of his mind, like, oh ho ho, enemies of Elamon. Okay, sure, sure. I'm sorry, but uh, uh, he's gonna kind of in a hushed tone as well, kind of mirror. City is currently a dangerous place to get in and out of. Do they have some time? We have some friends at the dock that might be able to help them get out of the city.
Dogs. But, and then she'll turn back to Nia. You mentioned a Lord Lauswen.
I
Well,
would try and say that that was before he tried to butt in and ask that question about like her friends before she gave anything up, but I don't know. Like, was that like one of the first things that you
I thought
said,
you
or
were. Hmm,
I'll leave it up to the DM how quickly he would have been
suppose,
able to butt
yeah,
in, because I think once he started talking, she would have not said anything.
okay. Yeah, so I think you would have successfully interrupted her at that point, but now Samara would turn to Nia and then ask, so you know a place that's safe?
Maxim's gonna shoot a glare over at Nia again.
She once again looks confused. I don't know
Is
And Samara
much.
will reach out and grab Nia's hand. Please, you know what it's like, don't you? Have people that you care about? You just want to protect them?
I
Want to do
don't.
that.
I don't know much about the whole. You said Elamon situation. But I
Yes?
know if you need help and are looking for money, Lord Laughlin typically hires maids. It's a way to get by.
Maxim is looking
Very
kind of
well.
a little tense in the moment, but like only when she's not looking at him. Could I actually survey the room at the moment and see if there is anybody of note that is looking suspicious, other than the three of them and the the halflings and people that are usually here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Perception, right? Or would this be
Yes.
investigation? All right, perception.
Yeah, you're just from there.
A mere 12.
Mere 12. So, from what you
A
can
mere
tell
12.
where you're sitting, well, you're also still trying to keep an eye on the conversation at the table. There's no one of note. Just lots of people coming and going. Everything seems pretty innocent as people go about their work. There's really nothing suspicious or alarming in the room other than what's going on at your very own table.
Is the spell still up at this point? The detect thoughts? Because I assume that this is all happening pretty quick. Would that still be up at this point? Probably towards the end if it is, but
Yeah, you might have like just a second more to catch another snippet.
he's gonna kind of, I don't know if there's anything else that came up, but he's gonna kind of probingly ask her, oh, what happened after you left last night? You seem more distressed. Did something happen?
And right at the end of the duration of Detect Thoughts, you'll just hear a harsh whisper of the word Lauswen. That's it. That's the last word in her head you hear. Then Samara seems to sort of almost relax. Her shoulders sort of dip for a moment and she blinks. I'm sorry. And then her brows sort of crinkle up. Did you say something?
So just wanting to double check the name that was just said. Can you repeat that? Because it broke up just a little. I think you said last one.
Oh, Lauswen. That's what you
Last
heard.
Okay. Yes.
Yep, that's all you heard.
Yeah. She looks like she just kind of like she looks like surprised, right?
She looks confused, not necessarily surprised, but just confused for a moment.
Maxim's gonna kind of repeat the question. What happened last night? Did I break up?
Sorry, my internet was. I think you broke up or it's just my crappy internet.
Yeah.
You were asking the same question of what happened the night before, right?
Yes. What happened last night specifically?
Yeah.
I might have just spoken
So
too quickly.
she'll blink and shake her head. Well, Audrey disappeared some time ago, and last night I saw him for the first time in quite some time, and I was
And your
upset because,
friends?
well, more like lovers, really.
I
We were.
specifically, I might have broken up there.
Am?
I said, and your friend, like questioning, like, what about your friends? But I don't know if that was intentional, your response to that question.
Okay, and so you said, and friends, and are you trying to probe for the friends she was mentioning
Yeah. I
before,
suspect that
a moment
whatever
ago?
spell she was on was just broken, but I don't know. So.
Friends? What do you mean?
The ones you needed to get out of the city.
When did I say that?
I'm gonna look over at Nia and say, the spell is broken, we need to go.
Nia still looks confused, but she will nod.
Yeah. he's gonna kind of instruct her, get the things from the room. This place has been compromised.
And Nia will rush upstairs and start gathering their things.
I'm gonna
Well,
kind of guide her upstairs. It's like, I don't know if she has questions at the moment, but
Yes.
yeah, she's just looking confused as you guys rise from the table, like, where are you going?
we're going to meet Quandary. We need to move a lot faster. I thought we would have much more time than this, but it seems we are spies being spied upon. And he's going to make sure that he's saying that, like, when there's no other people listening in.
Mm-hmm. So is this about your mission?
Perhaps. And, like, he's going to say this, like, I think in a room with Nia, just so that everybody's on the same page. I am sorry to leave you in the dark for the moment. I do not know what happened to you last night, but I suspect that you, in some way, have been bugged.
Me bugged?
Someone, and I think I know who, was listening through your ears and watching through your eyes and kind of looking like into her eyes, like trying to look past her eyes, like at someone behind them. Like, I'm not entirely sure if they are still listening, but whatever the case, they are not currently in control, it seems like.
Wait, that man last night? No. And he appeared out of nowhere.
Can
Oh
you
God.
describe him to me, please?
He was tall, blonde hair, had a badass sword,
Kind of haughty, a bit of an
armor.
ass.
Yes, he threatened to kill me
Typical.
unless Quadri stopped feeding information to someone. Oh my God.
I'm curious, does Nia recognize this description?
I was about to ask the same thing.
This is gonna be a bit specialized for you, but go ahead and roll me a history check, Nia.
The hottie.
18.
18. All right. So it might seem rather vague for you, but the description of red light, haughtiness, those vague things kind of sound familiar. They kind of sound familiar from both your past experiences on that battlefield and the dream of the night before.
I see.
And the sudden disappearance of Inga. That's what rings a bell for you.
Okay. Huh.
It would be a vague notion, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if Nia fully believes that it's the same person, but there's like a gut feeling that they're talking about the person she saw in her dreams and in her past. Which, huh.
Mm-hmm.
Maxim is like packing everything up, getting everything ready to go as much as he can as possible. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he is a little panicked at the moment. It's like, I promise I will try to explain everything as soon as I can. but I am frankly not sure if it is safe to do so, or when it will be.
Okay. What can I do to help you?
Where
I'd probably be more harm than good.
Quandary, he was at the tavern, correct?
The Rusty Anchor.
Rusty Anchor.
Yes. You know where it is?
I do. Though I think at the moment it would be best if we all stay together. What can you tell us more about what happened last night? As we're on the way, of course. We have no time to waste.
Audrey and I, we sort of split ways for a moment. He left the brothel, I left the brothel, and we went separate directions. And then suddenly, it was like this feeling, this oppressive feeling just came over me, and I couldn't speak. And then it was like I was being pulled apart as I was whisked away, and suddenly I was in the shadows behind Audrey. And this man was standing behind me, and I couldn't do anything. And he... And then she tumbles a bit. As it's like she's being bricked off from speaking.
He's gonna kind of, I think, like for a moment, want to like go in to kind of help her up, but I think for the moment he's gonna stand back and just kind of observe what happens.
Just go, you little worms, go. And there's this apparent sort of battling going on inside of her. She glares between the two of you.
Could I tell whether that was her saying that or the hottie saying that?
It was a very sudden tonal change, so I think you can guess.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that it sounds like he would have said it, but from what she said, I'm not sure. But, are we packed at this point, Nia and I?
I'd say so.
I would assume so.
I think so. I'm gonna kind of grab Nia and kind of not grab her but kind of motion to her to kind of come to the door, and it's like, I don't know who I'm speaking to at the moment, but good luck. And I think we start running. Is what I think.
If Maxim starts running, Nia will also start running. But I think she is going to like call out after him, like, wait, are we really just gonna leave her like that?
It's fine. We need to... I'm not entirely sure what the situation is, but currently, though I hate to say it, I just met her, but she seems really nice. But she is more of a liability than an asset for us at the moment.
Nia looks conflicted.
I don't know what any of those words mean. I'm sorry.
Sort of frustrated, just growling, coming from the room that you're leaving behind.
Yeah,
No, get out of my head! That type of thing.
Man. I'm gonna roll, but... Oh, man. Okay. Okay, this is an interesting development. Maxim's gonna kind of go down the hallway, but then when he hears that, just he's going to pause for a moment, kind of debating with himself inside of his mind whether he really wants to go or whether he wants to try and help her and figure out what's going on.
Help her, help her.
Does Nia say anything at this point?
I think Nia does stop when she hears that as well. And will also kind of turn back and say, I think I'm going to go back and try to help her.
Before he does or says anything, can I make an Arcana check to see if, like, Maxim would have any indication with what he knows currently of what is going on? Because I think it's probably some kind of dominate person, but I don't know if there's something more specific going on, whether it's like some magic item being used or some specific ritual. But can I roll an Arcana?
Go ahead and... Yeah, go ahead.
Arcana? Alright.
Yep, Arcana.
That's 19.
Alright, 19. So... Excuse me. So you can tell in the simplest terms that she does seem to be battling with a sort of possession, and that she does indeed seem to be dominated person.
Interesting.
She's fighting it off, kind of rolling, kind of bashing herself against the wall, clutching her head as she's fighting it.
I think he's gonna pause, and I think I don't think he turns back like Nia does, but he does kind of pause, kind of thinking things over for a minute. And when she says that she's going back to help and goes back, he's gonna kind of panic and say, "Shit." And he's gonna walk back into the room to try and help and figure out what's going on.
So Nia, what are you doing?
I think as soon as I get to the room, if I see her state, first instinct, I'm going to try and hold her down and grapple her, restrain her. I don't know how this is going to work. I have negative modifier in strength, but I'm going to try.
Go ahead and try.
When I get in there, first thing I do is I'm gonna help with that with some rope.
What's your strength modifier?
Okay.
-1.
I got a +1.
And okay, I forgot to tell you guys she's a barbarian.
Of course she is.
No way this ends badly for me. No way.
Let's get up close and personal with a barbarian. Is she actually a barbarian, or are you just joshing?
So what did you roll, Nia?
8.
I leave that up to the DM. I gave her
8.
full control of this character.
So
first thing I'm doing
with
when
that
I get
in
in
mind,
okay, sorry, I want to help, but there's like a minute, or a moment.
so you wanted to help, Michael. Go ahead.
There is, I think, gonna be a moment before he goes in to help that he's not in there. I think so. I think if this wants to get resolved, and then we'll do it again, maybe.
All right. Yeah. So you did not manage to grapple her. Yeah. Instead, she seems to grapple you. She just reaches for your throat, just glares into your eyes. You never could control yourself, child of wilds. And there's this, again, there's this sort of battling between voices and tones going on.
When I hear that, I am going to immediately try and get out of there as quickly as possible. I'm gonna try to fight back,
So-
so I'll probably be kicking. I'm gonna cast Misty Step on myself.
Ah, okay. You saw me emerge. You saw the light. Saw me come into
What?
this world.
What did you do with Inga?
I blamed her. I took her to rebuild myself.
Then you are destined to fail.
No, you are one who's never been able to control herself.
I'm gonna try and cast.
And just as she's about to reach
Would
out for you
this
again,
be-
she
Yeah.
Would this be as I'm coming in?
It's probably be about
hits
the
her
time
head
it-
against the wall.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah, this would be about it.
She hits her. Does she knock herself out, or
How many?
No, she's just
How many holes-
hitting herself against the wall. How many holes are there in the wall?
Yeah, if she's been bashed herself against there, how many holes does she wall have?
All
Because
of
you
them. A
30.
lot of.
I mean, there's 3 decent divots, I'll say that. Not full holes, but divots.
so? As Maxim steps out from behind the door,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna like seeing what's going on. He's just gonna kind of take a pose and like point a finger over at her and say, "Hey, hotty asshole." Does she reply?
Yes.
Elamon's social policies. And I'm
Okay.
gonna cast Tasha's hideous laughter.
Okay.
Basically, the idea of the spell is, which I honestly kind of wanted to use on Echo, but never got a good chance to.
Yeah.
In that conflict.
Mhm.
But basically, what this does is you gotta make she or he, I'm not sure entirely how this would work with Dominate Person, would need to make a wisdom saving throw or fall prone and become incapacitated. Creature incapacitated.
Okay, what kind of saving throw was that?
A wisdom saving throw. And a creature with an intelligence
Wisdom,
score of 4 or less isn't affected. So does this guy have less than 4 intelligence? Because that would be good to know. You never
no.
know. I'm teasing.
But Ew. That's a 10.
That fails. So
Yeah.
Maxim, because the somatic component or the verbal component of the spell is basically whatever you say as a joke that makes that this creature then magically finds hilariously funny. So what he said,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you heard or if I mumbled it, but what he said was Elamon social policies. And now she is keeling over laughing, like she's been blasted with some laughing gas at that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't hear the joke again. It cut out for me.
it's not even a full joke, it's literally just saying Elamon's social policies. Which would include all of the magical, like the mission stuff that's been going on.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like a very Maxim sort of joke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Samara, or Samara as she's being dominated, instantly just pauses clutching her head, and then falls to the ground and just starts rolling, laughing. Dead.
I am going to pull out some rope, some of the handy dandy rope we got, and I'm going to gag and bind her up.
And she's just laughing the whole time.
Yeah. Once she is bound, I don't know if Nia is helping with this. I'll release the
Yes.
spell. That's one problem taken care of at the moment.
They released the spell.
Yes. So she's no longer
Okay.
laughing
As soon
and
as you do,
incapacitated. After she's tied up.
and so she just slumps forward, head on her chest, unmoving.
So, when you described as Joker gas, it actually was that. She just suffocated from laughter.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm gonna check her pulse. She's not dead, is she? It's not
She was
that.
I mean, you
never,
could check.
she was never alive to begin with, guys.
I mean, that could also be true. I mean, I will check her pulse just to make sure she's not dead.
Mm-hmm. And she's still alive. There's a pulse.
That's good. Any abnormalities about it, or
Um,
not like on the
None
verge
really.
of
She
death?
just seems to
Yeah, I don't think so.
be out.
Fair enough.
Not dead, just knocked out. So, what shall you do now?
I think
Mm.
as long as she is able to see and hear, there's a decent chance that she'll be able to track us. Though admittedly it's a bit redundant and they would already know that we're going where we're going next at this point. Yeah?
Do you think she knows what our mission is?
Depends on what Andre shared. I don't believe so, but we can't be entirely sure.
Then shouldn't we go to Condry? Find out what he
We
told
should,
us?
or I can message him and we could meet somewhere.
As long as we're able to speak with him, I think that's the most
Yes.
important part.
All right. And I'm sorry to put this improv on you on this, but I'd like to roll a history check for places in the city that people don't often go or are typically pretty empty or low key. Not necessarily like
So you
taverns,
want
but like maybe like
you're looking.
a fountain or like some district or something like that. I don't know exactly what would be good, but
Okay. All right. So that would probably be like the black market district again in the shady part of town. People can blend in with the crowd.
all right.
Kind of near the docks. Kind of near the brothel. Not too far from the Rusty Anchor. It's all in that general area, but that's a pretty low key place to be.
Rusty Anchor.
But yeah,
Maybe we
so
should just
black
meet
market.
at the Rusty Anchor for now.
Mm-hmm.
Still,
Or
I think
that.
I'm
Let's go.
going. Still, I think I'm going to message Condry, letting him know a bit of the situation.
Go ahead and send your, you can send your message, and then we'll switch over to Quadri.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast sending. I need to figure out what that message is going to end up being, but here it's 25 word limit. Yeah, 25 word. It isn't. Yeah, 25.
As long as it's close,
As long
I'm
as
not
it's
going to be too much of a stickler.
fair enough.
As long as it's close, I'm not going to be too much of a stickler.
Yeah, fair enough.
No long ass letters though.
Yes. Make it like a telegram.
Yeah.
Penny a word.
Oof. Oh yeah.
Which this
How
Girlfriend's
early is it?
crazy. Stop. Might be possessed by the blonde guy. Stop. See you in a bit. Stop.
Yeah.
Okay, we still haven't established who the blonde guy is on my side. I don't know that they know him. And was she able to correctly explain like the entire thing, or was it all in chunks?
Yeah. He's gonna basically send something along the lines of Tipsy Duck has been compromised. Making our way. Let me double check the wording. Tipsy Duck has been compromised. That's 5 words. Making our way to your position. Watch out for suspicious individuals. Though admittedly, when he sends that, he's like, well, that's gonna be a little redundant where he is. Your girlfriend may be possessed. I think that's what he sends. Actually, no, he's gonna add on, we're bringing her with us as well.
So, how early in the morning is this being sent? What time is it now when after all of this has happened?
Probably like 9 o'clock-ish, I'd say, by the time he's sending this note.
All right, then I would have been up maybe an hour before that.
Okay. So, yeah. So we'll switch over to you, Quadri. Let me swap maps here. And we'll start with your day. And there we go. All right,
Cool.
so we're at the Rusty Anchor. You were able to get a room. It was more akin to a horse stall. You had a pile of straw for a bed and like a hook to hang a bag, and that's really about it. The night passed surprisingly quiet, suspiciously quiet.
I
But
slept with.
otherwise, it's musty, dank, but it was a roof over your head, at the least.
Yeah. I mean, well, I slept with like an Eldritch Blast at mid cast, and like a Raven looking for someone to shoot. So it was a good day.
Yeah.
Good night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, would have woken up, tried to get himself together, realized where he is, and he's not likely to get a shower here. Collected his things, gone downstairs, grabbed a quick pint for breakfast, and asked if there was a place where he could grab a quick bath.
A pint for breakfast.
Most important.
Yeah,
meal of
so
the
are
day.
you. So you're asking the orc woman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as she's wiping out a glass, she just roll her eyes. If you want a bath, you're gonna have to go into the aristocratic part of town, which,
A bath in this
I
economy?
mean, I don't know how much attention you want to draw to yourself going there, but and
I'll
this
put
is
it
a
this
gal
way:
in the
is there
slum
is there a
area of
river?
town, telling you.
Is there a river close to here? I'm looking for a place to take a bath.
There
What does
isn't
it
a
mean?
river that runs. Yeah. I mean, you can go in the ocean. The sea is
Okay.
not far from here. Just
Like he points at it like I fell for that twice. I'm not making it a third time. That's shit. Ugh. Salt water is not fun.
mm,
But yeah. If there's a river close by, I'll check that out.
well, there's no river that runs through town. And like I said, if you want to get a bath, you're gonna have to get out of this general area.
That's fine. What time would be the
I mean, you could
opening
always
slot?
oblige one of the ladies at the Blackbird brothel, I'm sure.
I mean, that works too. So, what time is the fight?
Get here at, let's see. And she kind of turns behind and lifts up a piece of tattered parchment. Oh, get here at 10 p.m.
All right. Is there a betting pool?
Upon entry.
Oh, fun. He'll say thank you and make his way out and just go to the brothel, I guess.
All right. Switching maps again. Where is it? There it is. So, yeah. The brothel, it looks a little less a dreary place in the morning light. Not many people are going in at this time of day, but there's a few people who cast a grin or a leer towards the establishment as they walk by.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Make my way inside. Any familiar faces?
Certainly, there are lots of familiar faces. All the women who are in there, all the people who were in there the night before, as in the workers, they're all gathered around having their breakfast. Okay, let me grab everyone. Yeah, I grabbed all the. Nope, there's some more. Yeah, so everyone's just sitting around this U-shaped table, enjoying their breakfast. This is the slow hours. But as soon as you walk in, they'll all yell and a nod.
Nod and wave back. Guess I'll make my way to what would
And
be.
Delilah. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah. And so Delilah, she would sashay towards you, Quadri. Well, good morning. I didn't expect to see you here again. Not after finding your lady friend.
Sorry, you cut out completely.
Oh, sorry. Delilah would sashay up to you and say, well, good morning. I didn't expect to see you here, especially after last night and finding your lady friend.
I'm only here for a quick visit. Need a few things and I'll be on the way. But I figured I'd stop by and say hi.
Well, we're glad you did. So what do you need?
Let's make it a little time before I head back. I'm going to need some food, your best masseuse, uh, a good bit of conversation. I think you'll do for that, and a nice warm bath.
Mm. Oh, that can certainly be achieved. If you would just follow me. Delilah will flip her hair and lead you up to the room that you've been to before.
Alright, he just follows and waves hi to anyone he might know, which I think might only be 2 people there. Maybe 3.
Yep. So there are just a few gentlemen who seem very groggy. It's as if they've been there all night. There's a tabaxi man and then a human gentleman who they seem to be very slowly, with a slur, with a sort of morning growl to their throats. They seem to be debating in an almost academic manner.
Yeah, well, I'll listen to that for a little bit. I'll just
Yeah.
start slowly walking behind her
So-
just so I can catch that last conversation.
So the tabaxi, he says very, very softly, "You know, Taro, if I were to, say, punch you 3 times, what would be the greatest cure you could give me?" And then Thero, he just lolls his head from one side to the other. "Well, chap, if I could reference my books, I think I would recommend not Nightshade. What am I thinking?" And then they sort of go into this fit of just chortling laughter, realizing how ridiculous they sound.
That's nice. He'll follow back up just.
Sorry.
And as Delilah closes the door, she'll just hold out her hand politely. "And that will be 5 silver,
He pays that. He said, "You know what? Here's 5 gold. Let's."
Generous."
Well, I
And
promised you
she'll
last.
tuck it away for a moment.
I did have to go back on a promise, and I don't really like doing that.
So you just want conversation and a massage and food. Nothing else?
No.
No further pleasures?
I'll keep that for now and just see what happens with my new little friend.
Hmm.
Who knows? I might
Very
convince
well.
her to come with me.
Oh. And Delilah will start out with a massage. Before too long, some food, light, simple food is brought in. And I will just chat about the evening, about the day, just trying to make light, easy conversation.
Simple, meaningless
It doesn't work.
conversation and a quick bath just before. I don't know. When will you tell me when would I get this message?
So the message, it goes to Quadri no matter where he's at. You don't have to know where he's at, right?
Yeah,
In order to
it's
send the
basically
message.
Just
as long as
know
you send the
who you're
same
sending
plane
it
of
to.
existence and you know who you're sending it to.
Sorry, guys. This brothel's
Okay,
actually
yeah.
interdimensional.
Maybe.
Dun dun.
I stepped out the wrong exit and then
So
in
yeah,
the fire plane.
but yeah. So around 9 o'clock, Quadri, you would receive the message that was outlined. The tipsy duck is compromised. Samara may be possessed. And what was the other point?
We're heading to you.
And they're heading to you.
And that we're bringing Samara with us.
Then I'll
you're bringing her
reply.
with you.
Bound, gagged, and blindfolded, and I think he'd also tried to. We haven't gotten to how they were going to transport her, but I think we're also gonna.
I was going to ask,
Gonna
how
try
is
and
that not going to
earplug
look
her.
suspicious?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's gonna look
Do
very
they
suspicious.
Do they have a rug?
Well,
We're
that's
gonna
what you're
roll
going
this
with?
girl on the rug.
Oh wow! I wonder who else might roll people in rugs to transport them to avoid looking suspicious.
I wasn't doing that to avoid suspicion. I was doing it to not let people know who was in here. Whether they realized there was a body in there or not was not my concern.
Fair enough, I guess.
But I mean,
No, I'm
you certainly
surprised you're
there
not going
is a
with like
rug
a
in the
big
tipsy
ass
tub.
hat and a big coat. Weekend at Bernie's, this man, just big ass coat, big ass
Do I have
hat,
a
and just walk
cloak?
her down.
Can we just steal a cloak from somewhere?
Yeah,
And just
bound
cover
and
her up?
gagged.
We could put the
Have
hood
her-
up.
Big ass
Yes.
overcoat, big ass hat.
You know what? Sure. Let's go for it. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, can I reply to this message?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay.
Same restrictions.
No, and just let me see a roll
It's like
for
the
just
little
to see at what
texting
point.
3 dots.
At what point during this little entire thing is this happening? Just so I know.
I'd say you'd be really nice and relaxed when this message interrupts you. Like you'd be just soaking in the bath. Lila's giving you a really nice, firm shoulder rub. Then all of a sudden the peace has to be broken by this message.
All right. Well, I just rolled a 1 on that, so that where my mood's at. I tell them to come with Rahul instead, and I'll meet them here.
Maxim is not entirely sure of what's going on, but he'll adjust the plan accordingly. Unless you've got any suspicions or anything else in mind, Nia?
You could go in there and get him out. I'll wait for you guys outside.
With Samara?
Sure, yeah.
I suppose. So I guess we're going with the plan of just. I guess we're just gonna put her in like a trench coat and hat and sunglasses, while also being bound and gagged, and blindfolded.
Like Groucho Marx sunglasses?
You know what? Sure. Why not?
Please roll me a deception check.
I assume, do you want to roll this or should I roll this, Nia? And do we have advantage since we're helping each other?
Well, who's...
I mean, I could roll it.
You could have advantage, but whose idea was it to roll her in the rug versus whose idea was it to dress her up?
Like the dress up was probably Nia.
Yeah, I think the dressing her up was Nia.
Okay.
I think we have
so,
probably.
Nia,
I think
we'll
it looks
take
like we have
your
the same
score
bonus.
since this is your idea.
Oh.
Is this at advantage or is it just one roll?
It does. Okay, I mean, I rolled an 18 plus 7, so 25.
Oh. Wow.
Too shabby.
So this is surprisingly very effective. People are just willing to turn a blind eye to the woman bound, gagged, and in a cloak.
Like we're hiding it as best as we can.
I have positioned the fabric
looking
so that
very
hides
limp.
the things that would draw attention.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yes,
It
you
worked.
Oh yes, Weekend at
You
Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's, just,
Sure did.
if it works, it works, I guess. If it ain't broke.
Mm-hmm.
It's that early in the morning. People are not enough coffee.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the weekend. People have just had a party. They're like, drunken people. What is this world coming to? Partying out too late. But yeah, either way, you have no problems getting to the brothel.
All
with
right.
Samara,
I
at
think once
least.
they get there, Nia will turn to Maxim and just go, "See, I told you it would work."
I can't believe that worked.
Now, do you pass her money? Like, was this a bet?
No, but Nia does look smug.
For Nia's sake, I think it should have been, but alas, it was not.
Should have made it a bet.
Yeah. I do like the imagery, though, that of him just handing over some money.
I mean, if you want to
This
say
goes
so,
on.
you can.
Oh, no. You should have said, like, we should have made a bet or something.
Nia's not one to bet, which is the unfortunate thing. She'll do it
that's
if
true.
someone prompts her to, but she won't make bets herself.
She's not the prompter.
Exactly. Yeah,
She's
yeah.
the prompter. Fair enough.
But yeah, she is now standing outside this brothel,
Alright.
looking very uncomfortable.
Cool.
Might stay as uncomfortable as possible.
So you're walking in, Maxim?
I think so, yeah. I think that is the plan. And then you're staying outside.
Okay.
Is there like
Probably,
someplace
like,
like across the
propped up
street or
somewhere.
something?
I don't know.
Like a nearby, like, I don't know, alley? I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems like that would be appropriate.
Okay.
But yeah, he's gonna go in, looking around. I guess I probably should go in character. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Disguise Self before going in.
Okay.
Same look from last night.
Cool. Alright. And as soon as you walk in, this just big smile just comes over Nin's face, and she just sort of has this glow of happiness as she just scuttles up to you. So you're back! Oh my gosh! And who's this? What are you?
I think the other two are staying outside.
Right here.
Yeah,
I think the other two are staying outside.
Yeah, that was
I thought you were bringing Samara in with you.
Yeah, it's right now because that's a conversation that'd be awkward to have.
Yeah, that's gonna be an awkward conversation.
Okay, leave the body with Nia.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry.
The body. Of course, the body.
Just sit on a bench and just, lean her against it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Put her on the bench.
So
But
what
no,
are
yeah.
you doing here?
We are currently looking for a friend, though I think, it's nice to see you again, but currently got the friend that I've come in with a couple of times. Do you know where he is or who he's with currently?
Oh, yes, he's upstairs with Delilah.
Yes, I do think you're right.
Right.
Though, seems like things are a bit complicated at the moment for a number of reasons, so...
Well, you wait right here, and I'll go get her. I'll go let her know. All right,
Thanks.
Maxie Waxy.
He is looking maybe a little nervous about the name there, but he does anybody like seem to react to that? Can you tell?
Does anyone
Mostly
laugh?
everybody just
Laughs it off or
snickers,
ignores it?
especially
Laughs
Gareth
and
here.
snickers, like,
Yeah,
Uh,
Gareth. He especially looks like he was just about to choke on his morning grog. He just thought that was that funny.
that's how they
Yeah.
become regulars.
Mhm.
Magson,
Yeah, so
thank you, and try to be discreet about it if you could.
of course, and we'll run up the stairs, knock on the door. Delilah! And Delilah will roll her eyes and open the door. Yes, dear. Well, there's one of Audrey's friends here to visit or to get him. I can't remember which one he said now. Anyway, they're waiting for him. And Delilah's like, of course, I'll let him know. Apparently your friends
Yeah.
have arrived.
Yes. Something's gone amok. Let's see what happens. Thank you for the time.
Yeah. Of course. Thank you very much. And she jingles the coins. You're getting to be my favorite customer, you know that? Be ashamed to lose you.
It certainly would be. I'll see if I can. I'll delay that.
But
I have no idea what kind
you
of
don't
actual
get yourself
baths.
killed, alright?
Ugh,
Huh?
tell you what. I imagine for some reason like the Witcher 3 baths are like what this place has, just like giant those old like school buckets, like the big ass ones.
Wood tubs. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Pretty much that.
All right, you'll get up, get out, and get dressed.
Alright.
Probably be a
And both
minute.
Delilah and Nin will lead you to it, returning downstairs.
Right, so probably a minute later, I'll just walk down. And do I remember the disguise that you chose, or did I walk past you by accident?
That is up to you. I do think we did speak last night.
Yeah.
I think briefly, but he's gonna kind
How
of
well are you? How well are you stealth?
stealth. Like, should I roll stealth? Are you asking?
Yeah, like how well do you think you're disguised to like not let anyone else here know that it's you?
I don't know, pretty well. It's a similar sort of, if I remember correctly, it's a similar sort of facial structure, but like human, with like a bit of a beard as well.
Okay. Yeah, no, I just rolled for it. I passed you by without even looking twice. A small drink in my hand, and I'm just getting like looking around at everyone and just headed towards the exit because I'm just assuming you're outside.
Uh,
I
not
rolled a
even
5
waiting,
on
just kind
insight.
of assuming what is going on. He's just gonna follow you outside. But yeah.
All right. How
Mia waves
far
down from
away
the alley.
are they? Like, okay, I'll just follow that.
Yeah, they're over here.
Okay, and I'm just gonna look around and like I'm missing someone. But just starts waving his hand around. Like, did you go invisible again?
He's like waiting behind you. It's like, no, I'm over here. You walked entirely
Right.
past me.
That's right.
Say I'm a
I
bit.
don't know. Why do you keep? No, you told me that already. I don't think you need it though. Oh, yeah.
Maybe, maybe not. I'd rather be safe than sorry, because apparently we were tracked down.
Oh, that's well by who?
From the sounds of it, you two met last night?
So it was the same. Do you know who that was? Because I don't know who that was.
Yes, I do, but let's finish this conversation. Actually, is this alley pretty secluded? This alley seems pretty good, I think. But I just want to confirm that.
Yeah, this alley's
Yeah,
pretty empty
have
right
a
now.
secret conversation in an empty alley, suspiciously in the middle of the morning.
Yeah, in the Prime District.
And why are we rebels?
I don't.
Sounds like a movie title.
Why are we rebels? That could be a fun movie title. I don't entirely know his deal, but I have seen him before. He was in the prison that I was being kept in fact.
So he was a prisoner.
No, more like the warden.
I thought we met the warden.
Was the warden.
That's a we literally the guy was. Was there more than one warden?
I don't. Maybe not the warden, but no, he was not the warden. He was above the warden. He was one of Elanon's officials that had been instated.
Okay, so just someone else big in charge.
Yes.
Anything else you can tell me? Because I don't know him, but he knew a few things about me that I didn't really. I don't advertise.
He was, if I recall correctly, he's the one that tapestry that we're being sent to investigate is about.
And so he's bad, or he's the one who has it?
What was the question there? Sorry.
So is he the one depicted in it, or is he the one who would have this tapestry?
He was the one depicted in it.
Okay, so he's someone who either gotta find or stop. That'll be less than fun. First time I saw him, I honestly thought, caught this guy on an off day, or honestly, it surprised me. He doesn't seem the kind to do shit on his, like, rarely would I believe someone like him would do things himself and not send, like, minions to do it. Because he seems like the type to have minions do things.
At this point, I think Maxim just pulls up the hood. Like, well, you're not entirely wrong. In fact, you were not wrong at all.
Okay, I'm gonna need either another drink or just a better explanation on why you have her untied, unconscious, and
she's not unconscious, I don't believe, necessarily.
Didn't you guys say you knocked her out?
I don't know.
She was knocked out.
I guess she was weakened at Bernie's. But
she's knocked
yeah,
out.
She's knocked out. She was somehow being controlled magically by this man. I don't even know a name, but can we all just agree that he's really haughty? Like a haughty asshole.
I can't call him that and not break out laughing at something else.
Should have chosen a different word, but you know what? It's part of the lore now.
It is.
See, every time I see him, I'm just going to start laughing and tell him specifically that you gave him that horrible nickname.
Haughty man, got it.
It's literally like the main descriptor that we have for this guy.
A blonde, elven man in overly pristine armor and a bitchin' sword.
Bitchin'.
It was, and I would honestly love to get my hands on that, but it feels like something I'd have to either fight him or for, or deal it off him or something. I'll get there when we get there.
Something like that.
Yeah, gotta see if I can find a combo shield with it. See if I can forge a new one. Maybe later. Yeah. Okay, so who did the rope work, by the way? Just
Who did the what?
I think it was both of
rope work.
us. I think it was a teamwork type of
I
deal.
think it was both of you
Yeah.
guys.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
And he just starts critiquing the rope work.
Yeah, that fits.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like
But
this, okay, just not saying this is how it would work, but if they were to be, strung up like this wouldn't hold them properly. You need to and he starts slowly adjusting this.
yeah, fair enough. Anyway, um,
Okay, but we should probably wake her up and see if I can talk to her or him or
she
we're
was.
sure it's him.
Yeah,
Yes.
I read his mind and I heard his voice. And also when we kind of. The spell was broken for a time. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but it was broken for a time. But when it returned and was active again, uh, we heard him talking through her.
Was it broken in the fact that like he turned it off himself, or was it broken in the fact that you did something magically to interrupt it or destroy it, dispel it?
I'm not entirely sure, but I read the mind uh, and found found him talking in her mind.
Okay, that's something. All right, I'm gonna need. All right, and I'm just gonna pick her up and take it. All right, hold on. This is gonna be awkward as. Oh, no, it's not even gonna be that much. And I'm just picking her up and throwing her back in there. We're gonna need like a room and maybe a little time to work this out. I don't know if you guys want to continue with the mission while I try and take care of this.
Take care of this, meaning like trying to
Trying to
break.
figure out and break this. Got a couple
Yes,
of ideas, but I also don't want this to just consume what we're doing here because we're still technically on job. And you
Yeah,
guys are mainly the ones doing the like figure this guy out before we make the final strike. So do we want to double
I
task or do we want to like kill essentially like lose a day on this?
I I feel
Is
like we
like
need to
still a mission
resolve
thing.
this to some degree because he knew where to find
Look,
us.
we have her.
He
Well, we have her now, and if he comes at us directly, then we'll know it's something he needs to stop. If he's just doing this to try to get a spy on us, we've already caught that he wanted to do it, so we know we're not going to tell her anything or show her anything until this
he
is resolved.
she was originally under. She was asking when she came to us. She was asking about the our base of operations, and
Okay.
luckily we didn't say anything. Kind of looking over at Nia, that would have given it away. Still looking over at Nia.
Nia looks away. She's like pretending to keep hard.
Yeah.
That's fine. Anyone here have detect magic?
Surprisingly, Maxim does not.
No.
I'm gonna. I guess before we go down too long a rabbit hole, I'm gonna try counterspell, but I feel like that would be more dispel magic.
Yeah, it's. I'll take care of that one. This I think counters like when the spell's happening, not
Yeah.
after it's already taken effect.
I don't know why
Unfortunate,
they
but
don't have it just be one spell. It seems like it would make things simpler, but I also
too it'd be too broad a spell, especially with what you can do
Yeah.
with each version.
yeah, fair enough.
But like I said, yeah, I'm going to try and fix this, and if I can't, I have a few places I can try and potentially keep her until then. But I do want to assess how long this has been going on. Since it's new, it's been a while, so I'm gonna need a place to talk. But I don't want this to like just sidetrack us completely. We still have a thing to do and more or less a deadline to try and meet.
Well, we need to, I think, be safe in our mission before we get too far ahead of ourselves. I don't think
That's
he
the thing.
knows why we're here.
Well, that's the thing. When I met him last night when he took her the first time, he said he wanted me to stop. Didn't give any specific details on what.
Hmm.
Oh no, he did. Just not the ones I was expecting. He didn't know why we're here.
Wait.
Just wanted me to know something else. Oh, if he knew why we were here, he didn't tell me. He just said he wanted me to stop the info gathering I was doing for my other job.
Hmm.
I'm assuming whether either he doesn't care about this, doesn't know, knows and doesn't care, or is only interested in the other thing.
I am not
Either way,
certain. Hmm.
go ahead.
That is concerning. How did he know where to find you? Is my question. I thought you had been conducting your activities with the group in secret. So
I was, and I have been, and the part he wanted me to stop, I haven't shared with anyone but like maybe less than a handful of people. No. And even that's like snippets. And he had full on, and that's very disconcerting to me.
he is very powerful magically. I hate to say it, but he has
I'm going to
magic that I.
assume he teleported, and I don't know if that was pre-planned or something he can just do on his own. And as far as I know, if you can do that on your own, you're more or less on the upper echelon of casters.
Yeah, it's a pretty good summary. Yeah.
All right, so now, so what do you want to do? This is the thing. There's like, I'm going to go back in there, get a room, and try and assess how bad this is, or if it can be fixed before I try. And if it gets done a little easier, faster, if not, I'll have to find a way to keep her safe, but also out of our way. So, how about you two?
I think we're running low on time. I do not think we can afford to take the time that I was hoping we would in this mission. I think we need to direct confrontation with him.
I mean, like, let's just go over the original mission. We need to find this guy specifically and get what from him. Information, and
If I
specifically
remember,
what.
if I remember correctly, it's been a little bit, so it
Yeah,
might be good to
it's
get
not.
a refresher. Uh, we're here to get information from the professor because he knows
Mm-hmm.
about Elamon's house. And so ultimately we're here to
Yeah,
get info
here,
on Elamon's manor, right?
Yeah. The
well,
end game is
it's been a
getting.
while, but basically you guys are here because Lara, the maid that you found, she basically told you about what she saw from Vesta, Elamon's mother, what she was making on her loom, and the images that she was creating. One of which was a blonde man surrounded by red light. It was an incomplete image, but one that was being made on this seemingly magical loom. Basically, what you guys are here to to do is to find Professor Jahi to get some information from him to see if he can help enlighten you on what your next step should be in confronting what's going on. Bring him this information, explain the situation and what the maid saw, and see if he can help you out in understanding what's happening more. That's the basic idea.
Okay, so we're here to like get some like information about the loom in general and like what's actually going on, right? Then
Yes.
okay.
All right. And we know who we're going to get it from.
Yeah,
We just
sorry,
need
it's
to
been a
figure
while
out
since
how.
And then I just
objective
want to
was
make
stated.
sure Jahi isn't part of, like, he's on Elamon's side, right? So we're not just straight up going, like, we
Yeah.
need this information for our cause.
Yeah, and that's why like Maxim was suggesting that we get on like try to get as much on his good side as possible.
Or pretending to like
Yeah.
you're going to be one of his
As
students.
far as
So
you
Yeah.
know,
we get him a book,
yeah. As
introduce
far as you
you.
know, Jahi has been acting with, he's been complying with Elamon. As
Maxim is
you don't know
holding
how.
on to hope that there's some ulterior motive in a more like
Mm-hmm.
heroic sense
It's a
that
hope.
he's actually you know
It's
somehow
hope.
trying to yeah. At this point, yes.
Yeah. But yeah. So looks like you've got the idea.
Okay.
So then are we still
Yeah.
going with the plan
Wait, do you want
of
me to try to explain it again?
Nia pretending to be a student to get close to him?
Perhaps. But we need to move up our plan, I think. I thought we were still fairly incognito in the city, but I guess not.
It depends. Who do we think he's told, or do you think does he do things on his own, or is he part of a
I don't know.
well-informed
He works.
organization?
I know as much as he works for Elamon, for certain.
He works for him, or has worked with him?
I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, so he might do things on his own and take his side on the occasion, or he might be a direct subordinate.
I insulted him that he was on a short leash for Elamon, and that seemed to get under his nerves. So
it's either
perhaps
true or it's not. Like,
struck a
did he
nerve.
seem insulted at what you said about Elamon, or insulted about what you said about him?
Can I roll a history check? Because it's been a while. That was like session 2, I think.
Go ahead. Absolutely, go ahead.
23. Uh, 23? Did you hear me? Are you guys still
23?
there?
Oh, yeah. You remember that it seemed, yeah, he sort of seemed to carry himself like he was personally insulted by the comment. And,
It seemed to strike a nerve with him.
Well, that's good. There's a chance that he likes to move on his own and doesn't necessarily report. So if he's here doing his thing, there's a chance he hasn't spread that news around. He either wants to be the one to get the information, or he wants to be the only one to get the information.
Not sure what his end goals are. They seem to be his own.
Well,
Then.
I'm assuming if he's this powerful and he's doing something, he knows, or I'm assuming he knows about the loom and what it's already said that's going to happen. So he wants to make sure no one messes with that, and that's more or less what we're going to do: mess with.
Fair enough.
But because he doesn't know exactly how we're going to, because there's a chance that he himself doesn't know where it is or how it's going to work, and he doesn't want to take any chance that what he does might alter that nice future of his.
Nice. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's quite how I would describe it, but it seems like that is certainly how you would.
Because the thing is, he believes his victory is already set up. He just needs to let things fall as they're supposed to. And I think us doing this, getting to Amon's secret weapon, stopping it, taking it, destroying it, probably not what's supposed to happen, or not what should happen in his version of things.
His eyes, yes.
Maybe they're supposed to
Because
stop.
I will remind you that the tapestry did seem like a sort of recorded history, and that showed things in the past and in the present, and then it seemed like a panel that was going to be the future that was currently being worked on.
That was left open. That was starting with him. Yeah. I think for today, or at least for now, we should deal with her. We can't have this end up being a liability. It seems like we should make sure that she stays safe.
Is this nice? This is not. No, this isn't. Well, we can stop it. This has already happened. This is more of just trying to keep it from getting worse, because I don't know what. I know what I've said to her, and while it's not as damning as it could have been, it wasn't exactly nothing either. She knows what I've been doing.
I guess another question would be how long he's been listening through her.
I don't know if it's recent or not, because I didn't meet him until yesterday, and if this is the type of thing I think it is, you just ask for what she knows. So it's not of how long he's been listening to her, it's just I'm assuming he's gotten a full report of whatever questions he wanted to ask without problem.
Seems like it. Still, but do you think that she was under his spell when she spoke to you yesterday, or do you think it was sometime after the fact?
I don't know, it could have been. Problem is, both stories would make sense. She would have been looking for me either way. But I can't say I've noticed anything odd about her behavior, but...
Fair enough. Still, let's...
either way.
You said that you had something in mind. Do you want to give it a try, or...?
Not here.
Where, then?
Not in the open. And he's just picking her up and just taking her in somewhere in private.
Into an alley. Into another alley off of this alley.
No, and he's just walking back into the brothel.
Fair enough, I guess. How much longer do we want to keep going, by the way? Not saying we need to here, but just...
Here, I've got 40 minutes till midnight, but I don't know how early any of you have to get up. We can continue.
I'm good, I don't know about anyone else.
If you'd like.
I gotta get up decently early, but I can keep on going for a little bit longer.
I do have to jump off at the half-hour mark.
Ah.
We can do
and
this
we're
quick.
10 minutes till then. So.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to cut off here is good or not.
So
all I was going to do
something
is
you want to do quickly, we can.
Attempt the dispatch.
Get her up there and essentially get her somewhere private and try and search her to see if there's anything different. Any piece of jewelry or anything I wouldn't recognize that would try to essentially dispel. First on her specifically, and see if it didn't work or not, if there's something like an item or some marking or something that's keeping the spell going, like attached to her, or if the spell fades on its own.
Okay.
But I'm doing this in like after essentially going in, I guess renting out another room.
Mm-hmm. So all of you guys are going into a room in the brothel.
Which isn't suspicious at
Well,
all.
that's what I'm asking. Like, are you guys following me in here? Because I know one of you seems to not want
No.
to, and the other one is going to disguise themselves.
No.
I'm interested, but I think like this seems like maybe something that the two of you should do alone. And if Nia's gonna stay outside, then I think Maximo will as well. Just
While you guys are doing that, I could go find the library. Yeah,
That could work.
that way I
And
can
while
get that book that we need, and I don't have to go
Indeed.
back inside that brothel.
I can come with you if you'd like.
Perfect. All right, you can go with her, or you can stay here at the brothel and chat up with your friend, who seems
And
excited to have you back. Choose, because we know what'll happen next time you come back here.
the same thing that happened last time he came back here.
You'll be out another few.
Yeah, I think. Well, he's interested to see what Laundry has in mind, and he'll be back eventually, hopefully under better circumstances. I think he's going to go with Nia for the moment. Help her find something that'll work for the
Okay.
professor, Jackie.
Yeah.
Cool. For my thing,
Alright.
I'm actually going to carve up and make a quick symbol of my patron, and then essentially set up a little prayer asking for help to keep this. Hopefully, this goes right, and I will cast Dispel Magic, hopefully, trying to sever that control. And I'm using the newly carved holy symbol as a medium and as a gift. So she have some of that. Hopefully, that'll keep her safe. Just wishful thinking.
Mhm.
Now, do I need to roll?
So just to clarify, you're making the symbol and offering it to the patron, or you're putting it on Samara?
Putting it on Samar and offering her a prayer.
Okay.
Now, let's see. For the spell magic, yeah, it's usually a roll to dispel magical effect, object, or creature. All right. Let me know what I have to do.
Okay. So just to be clear here, do you need me to act on your patron's part here, or do you need me to look at an actual spell with
Well,
that?
no, I have the
I'm just
spell.
not.
I'm not sure the version of Dominate person that you're using for this. I'm essentially using a spell
Mhm.
that's normally used to counter uh, spells like that, the effects. So with this one, it'd be like a
Okay.
spell that's roughly third level or lower. It'd be dissipated on its own unless it
Mhm.
has something that keeps it bound. Like sometimes it's an idea, like a magical item the person's holding, or a mark or
Mhm.
something that's been branded onto or given to the person. If not, it's usually just a roll
Mhm.
on my end. I'd roll just a flat d20 plus my spell modifier, and the DC is that level spell plus 10. I'd either have to meet or beat it in order to cancel this effect.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So go ahead and roll me a die then.
Okay, the total would be 18. So if this is an 8th level spell or lower, hopefully it dissipates.
And so, what did you roll?
Rolled as 13 plus 5 for a total of 18.
It doesn't work and we're all screwed.
18.
Yeah,
No, actually, it does work. So, from the back of Samara's neck, there seems to be this little patch of red light that sort of flares and then quickly fades, and she starts to stir a bit. What happened?
Okay, don't freak out. What do you remember?
Audrey?
Yes.
When did you find me? Wait, where are we?
Just take a deep breath and just do me a quick favor. Could you look at me and using my crow as a reaction response, how does she react?
When she looks at you, this sort of sense of calm kind of washes over her face. And then she looks at the crow and she kind of sighs a bit, her shoulders slump, like, oh yeah, this isn't the Quadri exactly that I know.
Okay, so she does remember our conversation. It's not a complete wipe. That's somewhat good news.
Yeah. When we left brothel last night, we went separate ways, and suddenly it's like there's this oppressive feeling on me, and as if like there was a hand over my mouth, and then it's like I was being torn apart as suddenly it's like there was someone behind me holding me back as I saw you. I was frightened. I thought he was going to kill me. And you two were going back and forth. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. And just before he left, and she reaches back to touch the back of her neck. Maybe he whispered something? Or maybe, or did he? I can't quite remember. Roger, did I hurt somebody?
Not that I'm aware of.
Like the gods.
Thank them indeed. All right. Well, and I just
That's all I remember.
right, just awkwardly need to untie you first. Things got a bit dicey, I guess, when you went to go meet my comrades.
Oh. So I didn't hurt them, did I?
I don't think so. I think you just got them very on edge and doubting, maybe. I'm not sure. Well, I don't know what happened exactly. Just they figured out that he did something to you to spy through you, I guess, or talk. It seemed odd. Anyway, it's fine though. It's gone. So you'll be okay, and I'll make sure. Need to get you somewhere safe. Don't like this happening.
Well, I can go away. I shouldn't know where you're going or what you're doing. I should just leave, and this is all over. I can come back.
All right, just go and find. Once this is over, you'll probably know what it has I'll go and find you back at the old hangout.
Okay. That's a promise, right?
Of course.
Okay. Then I'll stay away from now.
All right.
Just until this is over. As soon as I hear that this is over, I'm coming right back here and I'm going to find you, Audrey.
All right. When this is over, we'll meet there, so we don't go in circles trying to find each other. You know that's happened before.
Yes.
I'll put you on a place.
Noted.
Okay. Also, if you're tired or anything, this place is more or less rented out for like the rest of the day. If you want, they have pretty decent meal, bath, nice massage company. Pretty decent people here.
Right.
You can definitely use some relaxation
Well,
after
then-
everything.
I don't need relaxation. I need for there to be distance between you and me. Your entire group and me for now. Just I hate to say that, but find each other.
It's fine.
So whatever this crazy mission is of yours, Quadri, go do it.
I will. But hey, think about what I said. This place should be nice. He goes up to leave. Oh, ask for Delilah. She's actually really good.
Right. Okay. And you would know, of course.
And leaves.
Good luck. Perfect. That's a great place for us to start up next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope this was fun.
Oh yeah. I was so afraid they were going to murder her, or she would murder one of them.
That's what I was thinking too.
Okay, if they think, I honestly thought for a second, like, oh, did she get nabbed again and he's just in their place waiting to stab them in the back when they're not looking?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I totally
Okay.
forgot about Maxim's wicked history checks and that insight check, man, that crumbled the whole plan. I was gonna have
Yeah.
some pretty devastating stuff happen if y'all didn't think
Catch
to
on.
look into it, but I should have known. You guys are more clever
Like,
than that.
we're paranoid jailbreakies.
It's
Mm-hmm.
Maxim at the moment is currently pretty darn paranoid about a lot of
I'll put it-
things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this is I was hoping that I wasn't like the theory that I had was kind of a bit metagamey considering what I out of game had known. But like the fact that he was suspicious, I feel like definitely wasn't metagamey because this is somebody that he met very briefly last night, and then she immediately asks, "Oh, by the way, can you tell us all of our secrets?
Yeah.
Can you tell us all the
Mhm.
secrets?"
I was very
Yeah.
But-
that immediately would have triggered it if like she'd come back and like told the first story, like, hey, we went our separate ways for a bit, but then I kind of got like kidnapped, and he had a weird talk with this weird guy who did the kidnapping and saved me and asked me to tell you guys about it. What's going on? Tell me what's going on. Like that's how, and like sped off slowly.
Yeah. I hope we ruined your plans in a good way, if that
Oh
makes sense.
no, it's good. It's just it's gonna change it and it's gonna make the moment
Yeah.
that I have in mind all the more personal for one of you. Oh, that's gonna be a fun moment.
Like,
And
oh,
sad.
here's the
but
thing I'm
it's gonna
afraid
be
of.
fun.
Like one of my theories, what I'm afraid of, if we have to fight this guy and we kill him, and the second like we finish killing him and his face disintegrates and it's who Nyla's been looking for, that's gonna suck.
Yeah, that could be
It's like he said, like he used her to get here. It's like, okay, does that mean this is just an advanced possession? and he's just trying to like make it permanent with whatever power he's trying to get up. Like, do we need to like force the ghost out of her to bring her back? We don't know. We don't know any of this.
Actually, that's something I'm curious about now that I'm thinking about it. Does that seem familiar with something that like he's with what happened with her and him? Is that something that is familiar with what he has seen from the wilds?
And we're gonna have to find out because it's all coming to a close soon. Something's got to give.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of this all, when I try and
All
get
will
that
be
sword from
yeah.
him, I can almost promise you that Zinzi's just gonna sneak around and just take it for himself. Because he wanted that sword from the very beginning.
Yeah, that was kind of his goal from the beginning.
Yeah. He's been spying on this like haughty dude from the very beginning. Like, I'm gonna get that sword.
Precious.
Absolutely.
Yes. Which I also saw that you put his token in the tavern
Gypsy
at the
duck
beginning.
screen, yes.
Yeah. Is he actually
He's still
there?
around.
Yep.
Like he's
Why
around.
not?
We
Yeah.
don't know. He was never
He's
caught.
about.
He's out and about and trying to figure things out.
Who knows what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
We certainly don't.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if there's like a background, like if there's a panel of us like at the end game celebrating, and then you just see like a larger, more tattooed Echo dragging him away by the ear.
Yeah, that tracks. Very much so.
He's trying like his best to like say, "Hey, I got you this cool sword, stop." And just being dragged away. And it's just
Well, guys, thank you for another session. Thank you for letting me be your DM for yet another night.
Yeah.
Y'all are
you
the
did great.
greatest.
Glad
Hey.
to have you.
You did the great
I
work.
was hoping that this was a bit more of a fast-paced session. I'm going to try to keep that up
Yeah.
to keep you on your toes, keep it more interesting.
Well,
As soon as we get this guy, we need to like trick him into either taking us to the manor directly or get like the secret entrance. One of the two.
Yeah.
Just immediate. 1, 2, bang, bang. I actually also need to have like a talk with my patron. Does she want this loom like for her? Does she want me to destroy it? Does she just want me to use it? I don't. Gotta figure that out first before we do anything, or before I do anything.
Yeah, we've got the fire
Yeah,
kind of
that'll be
lit under
interesting.
us at the moment because
Yeah, like
Mhm.
it's officially become real, and now it's like end game time.
yeah,
And I think we just realized too, like how big of a bullet we dodged with that. Like if we try and do this and then come back to the like hollowed out crater of the camp.
yeah, that would not have been ended well
Nope.
for us, at least.
True.
Would have ended spectacularly for Elamon.
Although that depends on what he would have chosen to do. I mean, depending on how powerful this dude is, he could have just gone in one by one and dominated everybody, and just used us to mess with Alamon enough so he could like boot him off, take control, and be the new ruler.
Potentially, yeah.
I
Depending
love
on,
hearing you guys theorize. It's so much fun.
and that all depends on what he actually wants. Does he want to be the ruler? Does he want to like step on Alamon or like move to the side to take over? Or does he want to like ascend even further? Does he want to go god level? And like forget about all you peons down here. I'm stepping it up. We still don't know like his motivations. We just know he wants something, and he believes himself very much over everybody.
Yeah. Exactly where that lies, where that haughtiness ends and begins, is still needing to be discovered.
Yeah.
The haughty's haughtiness.